Pastor Mark Biltz here from Shaddai Ministries. Thank you again so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe and share. Also, please like this video, and we would love to hear your comments. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye. Now here we are, Bahar, and what we're looking at is Mount Sinai. Now Har, the second and the last letter going that direction, Har is mount or mountain. The Beit, as you know in the first word of the Bible, Bereshit, is in or on. So this is referring to this, what we're talking about today, happened in the mount or on the mount. Now this is one of my favorite Torah portions. It really is. This Torah portion is all about the Sabbath, the Shemitah cycle, the Jubilee cycle. Okay, so let's start with Leviticus 25, verse 1 and 2. It says, the Lord said to Moses, in Mount Sinai, or on Mount Sinai, that's a Bahar. And he said, speak to the children of Israel and tell them, when you come into the land which, what? It's not that you earned, okay? It's not that you paid for. It's what I'm giving you. So that tells you who, just like your son's room, your child's room, okay? You tell them to clean your room. But really, it's your room that you're allowing him to live there, okay? And so God says, look, I'm giving you this land, and it says the land shall keep a Sabbath to the Lord. So what that tells them, that land is not really their land to own, it's their land to maintain. Okay, God is giving them the right to maintain this plot of land, and he says even dirt gets to rest. The land resting in the seventh year has the same purpose as people resting on the seventh day. Both concepts teach us that the primary force in the universe is God, not the laws of nature. Okay, and we also understand that everything belongs to the Lord. And the other thing is, in Hebrew, this word, which I give you, is in the present tense because it continues to be God's gift. It's not, look what I gave you. It's, look what I'm constantly giving you. Does that make sense? So, one thing that we do know is, who does this world belong to? That's what it says. It says the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. All right? Well, when we think of the earth is the Lord's, that's the whole thing. How many square miles of surface area does it have? I will tell you, 197 million square miles. Of course, we know that is mostly water. Well, there's 57 million square miles of dirt. All right? So the most of it's water, as you can see. Now, if we consider a tithe, if God kept 10% for himself, that means 5.7 million square miles belong to the Lord. He gives us as a gift, but he wants a tithe back. So we would see that, well, if that's the case, 5.7 million square miles would belong to the Lord. Only 1%. If God just kept 1% of that dirt, it'd be 570,000 square miles. If he kept 1/10 of 1%, it'd be 57,000 square miles. If God kept just 1/100th of 1%, it'd be 5,700 square miles. Well, guess what? The Lord only asked for 8,500 square miles. That's the nation of Israel, is 8,500 square miles. So you can see God really was nice in giving everything to us to maintain and take care of. But the day is coming, the New Jerusalem. is 2,250,000 square miles. That gives you some space. As a matter of fact, here's what it looks like when compared to Earth. It'd cover like the whole United States almost. Here's another one in the Middle East, what it would look like. But guess what? If you were on the planet when the New Jerusalem is here, if you were 5,000 miles away, like if it was in the United States and you were in Europe, you could still see it. As a matter of fact, it would appear more than 130 times larger than the moon. 130 times larger. It's going to be huge. As a matter of fact, the height goes well beyond Earth's atmosphere and into space. If a building in the city is this high and has a generous 12-foot measurement per story, the building would be over 600,000 stories. How many of you are afraid of heights? How many of you want to live on the top floor? I'd like to go in and push the button. I want the 600,000th floor. How long is it going to take you to get up there? As a matter of fact, here is the universe. You can see the plane, and it's got how many miles? It's 31 miles to the stratosphere. Only 7 miles is where the planes go. And then you have 62 miles, okay, and then it goes up to 440 miles. The 62 miles is what's called the carbon line. That's where you consider you're in outer space. The 62 miles, you're now in outer space. And then you see the satellites. They're a couple hundred miles. And then you have another sphere and another sphere. It keeps going. But here's what's crazy. Here's how tall the New Jerusalem is 1,500 miles high. You think the 400 miles high where the satellites go is something. It's 1,500 miles high. That is huge.